Hi, I'm Alona from PitCam, and we're at Postbahnhof in Berlin with YELLOWCARD.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. Sleepy. We had to wake up at like 6:30 or 7 this morning to take a ferry from Denmark, so we were up. We didn't get in the bus till about 2 in the morning, and then we were up at 6, and then we all went back to bed, so it's been a weird day.
Yeah. Have you guys done anything? How long have you...
No, we got in and woke up, basically grabbed some food and did sound check. That happens a lot on the international touring. It's crazy long drives and stuff.
So the last album, 2007, and now your new one, which put you back on tour.
When you're through
thinking, say yes. Yeah.
That's
how does it feel to have the album out and to have YELLOWCARD back together?
It's awesome. I mean, it's been an amazing year already. We've been around the world once and should be twice or 3 times by the end of the year. I think we're visiting 12 countries we've never played before this year. And, you know, we were definitely nervous and sort of skeptical of what it was going to be like when we put the record out and what the fans were going to think and if anybody was going to come to shows or if anybody even cared anymore. We didn't know, you know. And it's been amazing. This is the first headlining shows we've done in Europe in 5 years over this last week. And they're not huge shows, you know, we're not playing for 2,000 or 3,000 people, but so far every show has sold out, and that is huge for us. You know, that makes us really feel great. And tonight in Berlin, I think the show was in a smaller room and it sold out, so they moved it to a bigger room. Like that's great. You know, that's where we want to be. I mean, that means we're on the way back to where we want to be. You know,
yeah, it's nice to hear that you get changed into a bigger room. The concert sold out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
How do you think YELLOWCARD has changed during the time gap, like the time that you guys took off?
I think that everyone had some time sort of to themselves for the first time in a long time, since we were too young to go through what we went through as a band. Just, I mean, it happened so fast, and we were so far away from our families and people who could actually like keep you grounded and keep you focused. You know, it just kind of became a real nonstop party, and we were really just in this crazy life of touring 10 months out of the year and then going straight in the studio and working and then going right back out again. And at that, I think back then it was just a little bit much for all of us to do it for as long as we did. So having the time off just, I mean, for me personally, I moved out of Los Angeles, I went back to the East Coast in the States, and I lived close to my family, and I just took some time for myself to focus on myself and getting out of that lifestyle. And so I think everyone came back to it really focused, and I hate it. There's not really a better way to say it, but just grown up. I mean, more mature. It's just, you know, people kind of, all 5 of us sort of understand what we're doing this for now. That it's a bigger picture than just play the show, you know, get hammered, make a record. There's a long-term thing that we need to focus on, and I just think everyone's taking better care of themselves, and the shows are better because of that. We're playing better, I think, than we've ever played as a band. I feel like I'm singing better than I've ever
Think you guys needed the time off?
I think it's the best decision we could have made as a band. I think had we tried to make a record after Paper Walls, which we at the time where we decided to take the break, we either had to go in the studio or break up or take a break. But I think if we had gone in the studio, we would have broken. I don't think the band would be here today. So I really think we needed the time, and I really think we're more focused than ever, and so far it shows. I mean, everything's going great.
And how did you guys decide on making a new album? Like, how did you all get together and say, hey, let's make a new album now? Was everyone on the same page about it?
It took a little bit, and it took a lot of conversations. There was definitely a lot of reasons why we needed to take some time away, a lot being the record company and what was going on there, but also a lot being internally in the band. We weren't necessarily getting along the best we ever had at the end. And so at first we had to sit down and talk to each other and have a real sort of open, mature forum about this is what I need from you to do this again, and tell me what you need from me so we can just get it all out on the table. And, you know, and everybody did, and everybody was really open about it. And we also picked up a friend, Sean O'Donnell, our new bass player. He's been a friend of the band for a lot of years, and he's a real positive force, real positive energy, and really like excited to be a part of the team, and that helped everybody, I think, be in a good headspace, just having a new, fresh energy in the room. And, you know, it was just one phone call led to another, and sat down and talked. We had one weekend where we got together and rehearsed, played together for the first time in 2.5, 3 years or whatever. that was sort of the deciding factor. It's like, we're going to get in a room and play music again, and if it sucks, then we're done. And if it's awesome, then we're going to make a record.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So.
I remember when Ocean Avenue came out in 2003. Yeah. How do you think that album has changed to the new one? Like, what's the comparison? How do you think the new album has changed?
I actually think this record, the new record, is the closest record to Ocean Avenue, I think. I think that Ocean Avenue was before everything got insane, you know? And so we were still, we were young, we were really like optimistic about the future, and we were looking forward to all these things, and the record is just full of hope and like forward thinking. And then it blew up, and things got a little dark there for a while. And I think this record is like that again, though. I think we're back to a place where we're really looking forward to doing it again, and we're excited about it. And so I think when we were writing the songs, that really translated into the songs, and in that way we really captured the kind of same energy that is on Ocean Avenue. I mean, I think there's still obviously a natural progression in the songwriting and stuff. It sounds like we're now where we are as a band as opposed to where we were then, but I don't know, I just think there's a sort of vibe to it that's really similar to Ocean Avenue.
So you guys haven't been on tour for a long time. What are your plans on touring? Like, where do you guys plan on going? And
we have a lot of international touring the rest of this year. Like I said, we're going to 12 countries we've never been to. Most excited probably about China. It's going to be pretty cool. And Indonesia, we're going to Jakarta, and we're playing a festival in Indonesia. And Jakarta actually is one of the places in the world where we just have this insane, kind of this, like we do in South America. It's just this crazy, rabid, nuts fan base. Like I mean, our Twitter account and our Facebook page and all that stuff is just constantly blown up by these fans from Indonesia. So we're finally going there. And then we do a big US tour in the fall, and then we're coming back to Europe in December. So we're just going nonstop.
Is it hard to be back on the road, like after having that long time of, you know, time for yourself and with your family and friends, and then all of a sudden to say, okay, let's go back on the road again for 2 months? Or
for me, the one thing I missed the most was touring. So I've really been having a great time. But I'm also the only guy in the band that is single, so I don't really have to worry about someone at home being really upset that I'm never there. I know that gets really hard on the other guys. So, and especially as we get older, that gets even harder on them, you know. So. But for me, I mean, I love this. I feel like it's what I was born to do, is just be out here traveling the world. I love it.
What do you think the best thing is about touring again? Like,
the shows. I mean, that's, you know, just every night it's been amazing. I think there's a real connection between us and the people coming to these shows right now. There's a real, like, we're excited to be back, and they're very happy to have us back. And that's, when you're in the middle of touring for 8 years, that goes away a little bit, I think, that feeling, that fresh, new feeling, and we have that right now.
So what are the future plans for YELLOWCARD?
Records, shows, you know, we're just going to keep going. You know, everyone's like, oh, well, should we be bracing ourselves for another hiatus anytime soon? And I mean, no, not at all. That's the whole purpose behind doing it, was to, you know, hopefully get ourselves another 10 years or so out of doing this. So, you know, we're already talking about when next year we're going to think about making another record, and it's, you know, lots of stuff happening.
Well, I hope the show goes good tonight. That was our last question. Cool. Would you like to say anything to fans?
I would like to say it to the fans here in Germany that I know it's been a long time, and we canceled a tour in 2006 because my vocal cords got pretty screwed up. So I just want to say thanks for sticking around, and we're really excited about tonight in Berlin, and the festivals we played have already been amazing, so you guys are the best, because you could have definitely said, you know, but you're still here, so it's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.